Hey guys, today I will be continuing What If Goku Landed in Attack on Titan, Part 2. Let's begin. After a while for the citizens of Paradise to recover from the recent Titan attacks and to adjust to the new queen, the scouts announce their next expedition to seal the breach in Wall Maria, Shiganshina, using Eren's Titan hardening which he has been training since first using it in the underground cavern beneath the Rice Chapel. Like usual, the scouts manage to seal the inner gate with ease, and move to seal the outer gate after. But Armin notices something suspicious, so the mission is halted while they search the walls for Reina and the other shifters, eventually finding Reina in the wall, skewering him, forcing him to transform into his armored titan to survive. Following this there is another beam of light, then a loud scream as multiple pure titans appear in formation to prevent escape. Seeing this, Eren and Goku engage him, managing to break his armor with their fists, subduing his movements by breaking off his arms and legs below the knees and elbow. However, before they could finish him, Zeke's Beast Titan throws Bertholdt above the wall, as he transforms into the Colossal Titan, creating a massive explosion, which kills everyone on their side of the wall who wasn't protected by Eren or Goku. Seeing this, Eren engages with the Colossal along with the other scouts, while Goku joins Commander Erwin and Levi to fight Zeke, protecting the new recruit scouts from the flying boulders raining on them. Despite Goku's best efforts, he isn't fast enough to protect them all, but there are more survivors thanks to him. Goku then realizes that there is a Titan bringing the Beat Titan the boulders, so Goku decides to charge up his energy, firing a blast of ki at Peak's Titan, destroying its head, and blasting off her real arm, disabling its movements. Seeing this, the scouts charge towards the Beast Titan, and without any boulders to throw at them, Zeke rips apart his titans to throw at them, but Goku uses a ki barrage to destroy most of the chunks, arriving with Levi at the Beast Titan, taking him down together, moving too fast for Zeke to react. Despite this, due to the plot armor I am giving Peak, she manages to separate from the nape, transforming once again, grabbing Zeke in her mouth and begins to run off towards the wall to collect Bertholdt and Reina, but Goku manages to stop her by shooting a ki blast which grazes her leg, forcing her to retreat. At the same time, Reina was defeated and separated from the nape using thunder spears, due to not having any arms and legs to protect himself, being captured. Also, Armin's plan to take down the Colossal goes the same, so he gets burnt to a crisp. Eventually Erwin, Levi, Hanji, Goku and their friends will arrive to where Eren is, seeing Armin's burnt body, and due to being the only major casualty, he is chosen to inherit the Colossal Titan, reviving him. Unlike in the original, due to Erwin being alive, he gets to live his dream and find out what was in the basement, learning about the Marlians and the fact that Goku is an alien, which would explain why he was always so strong compared to other humans and even Titans. There's then a 4-year time skip, where Eren disappears in Mali to carry out his plans. During the 4-year time skip, Goku still visits Annie to show her his techniques and strength, one day, accidentally cracking the crystal in half, freeing Annie, so he decides to flee the prison with her as to not be caught for breaking the crystal. Goku then takes her to the wooden shack in Shiganshina where Eren saved Mikasa, so that she can hide, and in return, they train their fighting techniques together, becoming closer. Eventually they become a couple and Goku accidentally gets Annie pregnant towards the end of the 2nd year, naming their daughter Carla after his adoptive mother. Due to their regular sparing, Goku's power level being in the 400s by the end of the 4 years, having strength above the Colossal Titan, and speed that far exceeds the Jaw Titan, Goku also learns to fly towards the end of the 4th year, but it is energy draining since he is doing it inefficiently, wasting ki. Suddenly the scouts begin to receive letters from Eren, explaining his plans to attack Mali in the next few days during the festival and declaration of war in Liberia. Due to this the scouts are forced to engage the enemy as well, and without Reina, Eren manages to kill and eat both the Warhammer Titan and the Jaw Titan, severely crippling the Marlian army, only leaving them with the Cart Titan. Luckily, due to the presence of Goku, when Gabby was going to shoot Sasha, Goku managed to catch the bullet, throwing it back at the gun, knocking it out of Gabby's hand, and out of the airship. Goku also protects Gabby from the enraged scouts who try to beat her up, explaining that she is just an innocent kid who had her home attacked so tried to fight back, then subduing both Falco and Gabby. Goku then jumps out the airship and starts flying, remembering his promise to Annie to protect her father, locating a person who fits the description which Annie told him, grabbing him, and flying back into the airship, where Goku is questioned on why he kidnapped a random man, so Goku reveals his relationship with Annie and their child, telling them that this man is Annie's father and he promised to protect him during the attack, which was the condition Annie gave him to go to the attack in the first place. After they arrive back in Paradise, Eren and Zeke are separated and locked up to prevent contact which could lead to the rumbling. When Gabby and Falco were about to be shipped to their cells, Goku intervened explaining that since he isn't an island devil or subject of Yama, and Annie is from Mali, it shouldn't be a problem for them to live with them since they are just kids and haven't committed any crimes. Despite the outnumbering amount of people who disagreed, Goku still took them and Annie's father with him as there was no way for them to stop Goku without activating the rumbling. Once home, Annie was happy to see her father and catch up with him and introduce their nearly 2-year-old daughter to him, while Gabby and Falco are just confused but at the same time mesmerized by the cuteness of the baby. While Goku was gone to try see Eren, Gabby would try to run away multiple times, but Annie is plenty strong enough to prevent it every time it happens. After settling down for a while, Goku would go to try visit Eren, along with Amin and Mikasa, however they were rejected entry, so Amin explains that they should try again later but Goku has other plans, returning after Mikasa and Amin leave, swiftly knocking the guards out with a simple chop to the neck, arriving in front of Eren. Goku tries to start small talk, such as mentioning his baby and informing Eren about the past 4 years but Eren's conscience hardly reacts, instead putting on an angry face, yelling "What do you want to Goku?" But Goku replies that there is no point lying to him as he can sense the pain, sorrow, and regret in his ki, explaining that it changed ever since the awards ceremony and that those feelings have been getting stronger over the 4 years. Despite knowing Goku can read his ki, Eren still tells Goku to get lost, roaring that this is the only way for them to live freely. Hearing this, Goku decides to try something that he has only tried once due to it only working on people he is close with, putting his hand on Eren's head, asking Eren what he is planning once again, searching his ki, allowing him to see some of Eren's memories, such as the rumbling activating and his plan. Witnessing these memories, Goku falls to his knees and starts to sweat, due to energy drain and shock, stating that the rumbling isn't the only way, explaining that most of the people beyond the walls are innocent and just brainwashed by propaganda, telling Eren that this isn't what their mother would have wanted, which enrages Eren as yellow electricity sparks around him as he punches Goku repeatedly in the face, yelling that of course he knows that, but it's the only way for him to bring them freedom, as he only has a few years left to live and doesn't want anyone else to be left with the burden. Despite Eren's best efforts, Goku was not harmed in the slightest physically, but what Eren said did harm him emotionally due to the amount of pain his brother is going through, so he decides to leave for the time being. A few hours later, Eren breaks out of his cell and meets with the Yajurists, where he confronts Amin and Mikasa like usual, locking the scouts up, taking over the military, but not being able to catch Goku, who was back at his house training Falco and Gabby because he was bored. Sensing the Marlians and allied forces arriving, Goku tells Annie to protect their home, as he flies towards the airships, blowing one up before it even drops its troops. Also seeing the troops, Eren transforms into his Titan, and begins to fight them off, and without the jaw or armored Titan, Eren is easily able to fight them off, with Goku knocking out soldiers instead of killing them, easily knocking them all out, and shooting a ki barrage at the airships, destroying them. At the same time, Pieck along with her crew aim an anti-Titan shot towards Eren's head, but before it could hit, Goku jumped in the way, tanking the shot, firing a ki barrage at the cart Titan's weapons destroying it before appearing behind the cart within the blink of an eye, tearing her out of the nape, knocking her out, putting her down on the ground in a nearby building. Goku would then sense a familiar ki moving towards them, preparing to attack, however Eren stepped in the way protecting Zeke who had recently escaped from Levi, mortally wounding him. Now within arm's reach, Eren and Zeke attempt to make contact to activate the founding Titan, however Goku intervenes throwing a Destructo Disc slicing both Eren and Zeke's Titan's arms off, telling them he isn't going to let them ruin the lives of millions of innocents, to which Zeke retorts that he has become too strong and now no single Titan can compare to your power and combat prowess, however the rumbling might be able to challenge you. Hearing this, Goku hesitates, giving Eren enough time to exit his Titan and connect with Zeke undetected, as a giant beam of yellow energy collides with Eren's body branching off in every direction, and Eren transforms into his full founding Titan with no exposed bones and standing 420 meters in the air. Not even half a second later, the walls start to collapse as the island of Paradise begins to shake as the hundreds of thousands of wall Titans buried within take their first steps. Realizing the amount of collateral damage and civilian deaths this will cause, Goku uses a chain Destructo Disc barrage to slice the legs of Eren and the wall Titans near them, temporarily halting their advance. Goku then flew into the air shooting a scatter ki barrage towards all the debris falling on 2 houses and flying down to protect as many citizens as he could. However, despite his best efforts, hundreds died and many more were injured. Sensing his comrades, Goku flew through the castle, blowing a hole through the cell wall, freeing his friends, informing them of what just happened. However, they were not surprised as Eren broadcasted his plan to every subject of Yama. While the others got ready for battle, Goku traveled to the center of Wall Sina to free Reina, allowing him to join the alliance. Goku also traveled to his house to invite Annie, however she declined, instead wanting to take care of their child. Once everyone had gathered, they split into two groups with everyone except Goku traveling by horse to the coast to confront the Yardrists and chase Eren, while Eren uses his ki sensing abilities and speed to find Levi. However, when he arrived, he found Hanji providing emergency first aid to Levi. Seeing this, Goku lands next to Levi without saying a single word, gathering his ki, transferring a large proportion of it into Levi around his wounds, remembering the time he did the same to his daughter after she broke her arm, falling out a tree. However, Levi's wounds were a lot more fatal, so all he could do was close some of them, draining a large portion of his ki reserve, preventing him from flying to the battlefield. Despite this, Goku was barely hindered, grabbing the duo, as he started to sprint faster than a bullet train towards the coast. As they were running, Hanji spotted a train full of Yardrists' reinforcements, ordering Goku to stop it, as he put the two down, appearing in front of the train outstretching his arms, stopping the train, then ripping the doors off, using a solar flare to blind the soldiers, knocking them all out with successive precise chops to their pressure points. After that was done with, they arrived at the ocean, to find the alliance already fighting the Yardrists. However, the fight ended straight when Goku arrived, as bullets and thunder spears are useless against Goku even if they could hit him, which they couldn't. After the area was cleared, Goku destroys the extra boat so they couldn't be followed, as they take the boat with the flying boat to an untouched Hitsuru hangar in Mali and prepares it for use. However, this takes too long as the Wall Titans close in, so Goku decides to stay behind to hold them off long enough to fix the plane and fly off. Towards the start of the fight, Goku is easily able to take down the Wall Titans, slicing their naps with multiple Destructo Disc Hexa Blade, and being able to avoid their attacks by finding a pattern in their simple movements. However, over time, Goku's ki drain catches up with him as he is outnumbered and crushed, hitting his head, falling unconscious. He then wakes up in his subconscious, seeing flashes of memories of his friend's family, wife and child, as he walks towards them reaching out. But before he could make contact, he saw his oldest memory, a short woman with a tail similar to his own, and a beautiful smile which radiates kindness and joy, next to a man who looks like his carbon copy, except for a scar on his cheek and his more violent personality which was clearly molded in multiple life-threatening fights. Before Goku could question who they were, the memory would change as he would see himself in some sort of space pod, with the two, telling him to survive, realizing they were his parents. Before he could take another step, the memory morphed into one of pure fear and destruction as a giant ball of fire and ki the size of a small star plummeted towards the planet. Seeing this, Goku dashed into action to try stop it, but the attack simply went through him, colliding with the planet, as it exploded into millions of pieces. The sight of this shook Goku awake as the words survive, live, avenge us repeated in his head in both his parents' and Kala's voice. Hearing this, Goku's eyes shot open as his muscles and ki bulged out, his hair spiked up, and his eyes glowed a primal yellow and green. Fueled with rage for forgetting his parents and for allowing the rumbling to happen in the first place, Goku exploded in a burst of energy, killing thousands of Wall Titans, throwing them around, eradicating every one of them as if they were nothing, jetting past the plane, appearing in front of Eren's founding Titan, uppercutting it in the back of the head, sending it flying into the air, appearing in front of it using a volleyball smash to send it crashing into a Mali city, creating a massive dust cloud as if a massive meteor had collided into the Earth from space, causing earthquakes and tsunamis in every direction, erupting every volcano within the continent, causing mass destruction far worse than the rumbling. However, Goku still did not stop, blinded by primal instincts, charging though the rest of the Wall Titans, scattering their corpses across Mali, destroying whatever was left after the natural disasters. Goku then shot a massive concentrated ki wave through Eren's founding Titan, exposing his true body, well, what was left of it after the attack. Goku then heard the cries of hundreds of citizens and children, begging for help, and finally saw what he did to Eren and Mali. Goku finally woke up fully, taking control of his body and power, landing next to Eren, apologizing for his actions. Knowing what he had to do next, Goku sat next to Eren to have a final talk, brother to brother. After saying goodbye, Goku powered up a death beam and aimed it towards Eren's heart, firing it as they started to cry, as Goku knew that Eren didn't plan on stopping until he was killed, as he believed it was the only way to protect his friends. Following the end of the Battle of Heavens and Earth, Mikasa and the rest of the Alliance arrive. To see Goku hugging Eren's nearly lifeless remains, saying that he hopes that wherever he is now, he is the freest being to ever live, as Eren takes his final breath with a smile on his face. Suddenly, everyone who had their memories of talking to Eren erased would regain them, as they hugged Eren's body. Seeing this, Yama was freed, as despite Goku not loving Eren romantically like she did to King Fritz, Goku still loved him nonetheless, and despite that he still killed him to protect the world. With Yama now free, the power of the Titans disappears. After mourning for a while, Goku sensed the key of the world to find survivors. However, the key signatures were weak and scattered, with only around 4% of the world outside Paradise being left and only 1.5% not being critically injured. This means that after a few years all people beyond Paradise will be very small if any, preventing any future attacks on Paradise. After the battle, Paradise and Goku tried to save as many people beyond their shores as possible and build good relations with them, which they couldn't fight or else they would die. Arriving back home, Goku is welcomed by Paradise, as despite killing Eren their savior, he still wiped out the enemies beyond their shores, saving them. A few weeks later, Goku and Annie officially adopt Falco and Gaby and also conceive their second child Eren. Okay, this is the end of What If Goku Landed in AOT. I hope you enjoyed, despite my sporadic schedule. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to like and subscribe, turning on notifications to be notified whenever I upload. With that being said, this is Demonic Saiyan saying bye.